Well, go big or go home. It's exactly how a mother decided to tackle her teenage son's surprise and sudden cancer diagnosis. But tonight on The Good Stuff, it's when they finally got home, when they realized their choice of going small well over a dozen years ago turned out to be one of the best decisions they could have ever made. So tell me about DeVille.
We accidentally ended up here 13 years ago, and it turned out to be the best
accident ever.
Best accident ever.
DeVille, Louisiana, population 1,000 on a good day.
We have one four-way stop and one Shell station.
So imagine the loneliness for Casey Cannon, a single mother of two boys.
January 27th of 2021, I dropped him off at school. Everything was normal.
When her youngest, Jack, first developed a horrible headache, ended up in a hospital bed, and within weeks was diagnosed with a brain tumor.
It's very helpless. The main part of parenting is protecting your child, and when you're presented with something that you are absolutely helpless over, it was a very big gut punch for me.
Well, Casey wasn't just going to sit around and take another punch and then another. So in short order, she and Jack took off for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital in Tennessee for surgery, radiation, and chemotherapy. But this past January, there was a reoccurrence, something that even treatment at St. Jude's couldn't help resolve. So it was back on the road and in the air, this time repeat trips to Michigan for experimental treatments that initially showed great promise until a setback on their most recent trip there.
Unfortunately, when we went to Michigan this time just for a regular checkup, that Wednesday morning at the hospital, Jack fell into seizure.
He suffered a temporary paralysis and was rushed into ICU, drifting toward unconsciousness at times.
And that was when we discovered that he has another mass, they believe, that has formed between the two tumors.
But then just days before his September 3rd birthday, his mom says he snapped out of it, well enough that doctors said he could soon go home.
One of the things he kept saying was, I don't want to spend my birthday in the hospital, which he did end up doing. But I started texting my best friend and telling her, I want to do something for him. Can you help me?
Wait, right here.
I was just expecting a few family and friends to be there just to greet us. I did not expect what we came home to.
Happy birthday, dear Jack.
I was starting to grab Jack's arm and saying, oh my gosh, look at this.
It's not a stretch to say half the town of DeVille was there inside the Alexandria airport to welcome Jack back home. And those who didn't make it there,
we started out with a fire truck and a policeman escorting us.
Found a spot roadside along their 20-mile drive home to their small town of DeVille. So when did you realize your friend might have went a little too far?
That seems to be her knack in life, is to go big or go home. But the closer we got to home, we just started seeing people. Jack, smile like baby. Standing on the side of the road in random places with signs and screaming. He smiled a lot. And of course, I kept telling him, Jack, all of these people, this is for you. All of these people love you.
If there was ever any doubt, it was on this day when Casey and her two boys realized that accidental move to little old DeVille, Louisiana would prove to be just the right medicine at just the right time in Jack's fight against cancer.
It's very easy when you're going through this to let yourself feel alone. And I've definitely had those moments. Since we've come home this time, it's finally dawned on me we're not alone, and there's a whole lot of people that love my child.
Jack just turning 14 years old. Casey's friend, Jenna Foster, well, she did go all out. She had tons of help and even had this billboard, "Welcome Back Jack," put up along the route home. You may have noticed DeVille it's down in central Louisiana, not even in our viewing area. That's where we did that Zoom interview there. But Casey says through the years, she became a fan of The Good Stuff following stories on Facebook. Thank you, Casey. And it just goes to show you, you can never go wrong if you surround yourself with the right people, even if it's just a handful of folks located in a small little dot on the map.